What's going on, Monster Hunter fans? Today we are doing a tier list on all the large monsters in Monster Hunter. So a few disclaimers with that. First off, I'm not including any monsters off of a Monster Hunter game that I haven't played. So monsters from Monster Hunter Frontier, for example. I haven't played a single Monster Hunter Frontier game because it's pretty hard to get. It's region locked. Games like that. Quite a lot of monsters from those games that I've just never hunted, never played against. So I can't talk about them really because I don't know what they're about. And then we got I won't be including any Monster Hunter World Iceborne DLC monsters because I haven't played Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I stopped playing quite a while ago with Monster Hunter World. The last monster I faced was that giant gold monster, so can't really talk about much there. It's only going to be large monsters, like I said, so no elder dragons. That's going to be for a separate video because if we include elder dragons, it's just not going to be fair to the normal monsters, really, because they're just not as cool. Everyone knows that. And then lastly, just kind of the obvious one. This is all really opinion based, just what I think about the monsters, what some of my friends and I discussed about the monsters. But with that said, there's a few criteria we're going to try to loosely base them off of, and it's firstly their general level of difficulty, so how strong they are in battle, how challenging they are in general. Second one is aggravation, so how aggravating they are towards you, the player. Like, let's say Plusioth is extremely aggravating, while other monsters are more fun to fight, which, I can't think of an example right now, but we'll get into it. Next thing is abilities, so how creative or strong are their abilities? Do they have any unique abilities that are really stand out and memorable? Just their general ability overall to prohibit the hunter. And their appearance, just probably one of the most important things. Does the monster look cool? Is the monster disgusting? Looking at Kizu. So yeah, that's that. So why don't we get into that? So here's the 130 something monsters we gotta choose from here. And it's kind of in alphabetical order, so I guess we'll just do it that way. First off, we got Abyssal Lagiacrus from Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Now this is a pretty good monster. Definitely difficult if you're not using the glitch. It's an underwater battle. Probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest, underwater battle in all the Monster Hunter games. So he's definitely got a high spot there. He can be a bit aggravating because of the lightning. Very, very lightning-based monster. So there's, of course, stunning, stun locking. He, of course, looks amazing. Appearance is very up there. His abilities, very up there, too. I believe he has some cyclone attacks that are pretty powerful underwater. So I think, overall, he's definitely above B tier. Probably could be even low A tier. But we'll get into it. I think we'll do it like left to right of monsters when we actually get more up here. Alright, so Ignactor. Another Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Now this one, not super difficult. He is a bit more difficult because it has a mechanic where when he comes out of the ground, he's molten, so that's when you can hit him. But as time goes by, if him out of the ground, he becomes hard and it becomes really difficult to hit. And his laser beam is super powerful if you're weak to fire. He is pretty aggravating for sure because he keeps digging around, especially towards gunners, which I typically lean towards, so kind of not helping his case there. But his abilities pretty good, pretty unique. for a monster like him, especially when he digs like from above the ceiling down. I think that's pretty cool. And his appearance is pretty cool as well. So I think it's a solid C tier monster. It's subject to change overall when we get to the end, but I think that's a good start for him. Cantor. Now, before you guys get on to me about a Cantor and Eucanalos, wherever he's hiding, Cantor and Eucanalos are not technically Elder Dragons, as much as everyone thinks they should be. They are Brute Wyverns, so maybe even Fanged Wyverns, but I'm pretty sure it's Brute. So, yeah, they're not Elder Dragons, unfortunately. With that said, though, they're probably going to get a high spot in this list because they're not Elders. Very, very strong monsters, no doubt. Very difficult. Pretty aggravating, too, I must say. Their abilities, very unique, very strong. Cantor's got this crazy teleport to the other side of the map and then throw a giant laser beam of wind at you. That's pretty strong. Gives you Dragon Blight too. And his appearance is also very cool. I think this is a solid A tier monster. This is like Edgenath or something. He's a monster in a world monster. He's very early game, not that difficult. Edgenath, yeah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but now I didn't play World much. It was like HR 100 something, stopped playing. So all the World monsters are going to be pretty vague for me. Just a heads up for that. But I think he wasn't very difficult, if I remember correctly. Maybe like mid-tier difficulty. He's not really annoying to fight, but he was annoying because he would interrupt you because of the way the Monster Hunter World was. He would be in like every map, like Basil Goose, which we'll get to later on. His abilities, not super unique, not super crazy, nothing we haven't seen before. And his appearance is actually decent, I'd say, because it looks really cool. But yeah, maybe like a C or D tier. I'm going to put him in D for now. I believe this is Ash Ketchawacha. So the subspecies of Ketchawacha, I believe he is fire. Monster Hunter 4U. He is the subspecies of Ketchawacha. Both the Ketchawachas are not very impressive, in my opinion. They definitely aren't difficult. They can be a little aggravating. Not that much, though. And their abilities aren't that unique or special. Their appearance is very unique and very one of a kind, though. So he's got something going for him there. But for now, he's going to be a D tier monster. D and F are probably going to be our biggest tiers, to be honest. There's quite a lot of monsters that would fit in that category. Here's Astalos coming in with one of the newer games, Monster Hunter. It's Double Cross now, or XX, but what was Generations? He came in Generations, one of the 4 flagship monsters of that game. Very cool battle theme. He's not hard. He is annoying a little bit. His abilities are pretty cool. And his appearance is amazing. This could be a B tier monster, we'll see, but he's going to be in C tier for now. Zerathalos. Not the most amazing monster. He is kind of one of the flagships for 3U because he is literally on the cover of the game. He is pretty cool for that, I guess. And his armor is amazing, but we're not going to go over the armor or weapons in this game, this video. Difficulty, not really that hard. He isn't super annoying to fight, probably mid. His abilities aren't unique, especially in comparison to the regular Rathalos. His appearance is definitely better than Rathalos, just because he's blue and not red, and that's maybe a biased thing, but Yeah. Other than that, he's just a pretty basic monster. He probably fit into C tier pretty well. Just give me a second to drink some water. Alright. Arzuros. Not a great monster, let me tell you. He is not very difficult. In fact, he is incredibly easy. He is not really annoying because he's so easy. His abilities are not unique, not very impressive, and his appearance is cool. He's a bear, honey badger thing. But that's really all he's got going for him. This is definitely an F tier. Difficult, I'd say. I suppose he's a bit more difficult than the regular Giganox because he can use paralyzation. A little hard. It's quite strong. Not super difficult though. And he's just super satisfying to fight. Just in general. Like he's a fun fight, in my opinion. I enjoy fighting Barioth. His abilities are pretty cool. The ice tornadoes, jumping around like a Tigrex, very cool. His appearance is amazing. This could very well be an A tier monster, but I'm gonna throw him in for now. Sarios. Not hard, but he's not much of a monster in general, so I don't know. He's more of a small monster almost. If it wasn't for his giant health bar and defense. He is very aggravating because he takes a long time to cut through because he's got all that freaking rock armor on. Crap, it's so irritating. His abilities are like slim to none. He's like a toned down Gravios, which makes sense because multiple Basarios make a Gravios. And his appearance is shit. This is a solid F tier monster. Basilgoose, Monster in a World. This is one monster I distinctly remember from Monster in a World, so I guess he's got that going for him. Not hard, for sure. I think he's actually pretty easy. But I mean, that's more of a me thing. I think generally he's maybe a little more difficult. Aggravating, yeah, he's pretty aggravating because he pops up on every single quest ever and interrupts. But with that said, he has an amazing theme music, so that, that helps him out a little bit. His abilities are pretty cool. He's not slime, I guess it's called blast now. He's a blast blight monster, so that's pretty cool. His appearance is amazing too. I think I'm gonna put him at B tier for now. I think that's fair. Berserk Tetsukabra. Not very difficult. Not super aggravating. His abilities are not much different than the regular Tetsukabra, and his appearance is cooler, but that's about all. F tier. Black Diablos. Pretty difficult, very strong monster. He's pretty aggravating too. His abilities are pretty much non-existent because he's just a charge at you kind of monster. But he does go underground and pops up and does all that bullshit like a regular Diablos does. And he can fly, which he doesn't use, but he can do it. His appearance is not much different than Diablos, but I think it is pretty cool. A little cooler than Diablos because it's all black and it's got that red eyes that really glow. I think he's a good C tier monster. This is Black Grevios. Some of these, as you can tell, are not like the same images, but I did the best I could of Google images, but couldn't find the right icons for all the monsters. Black Gravios is not much different than regular Gravios, but I wouldn't say he's very hard, but he is harder than, let's say, like a Rathalos. He's more aggravating than a Rathalos, and he is and does have more abilities than a Rathalos, and his appearance is decent, but not very creative and not that special. I think he honestly is like a good C to D tier monster. I'll throw him a D. Lagonga, not much to say here. He's pretty stupid. Not hard. Kind of aggravating actually, for being such one of the weaker monsters in the game. His abilities are pretty slim. He just kind of charges around, screams. And he does that good old dig dug crap and that Rajang jump, which is just irritating. And his appearance is, I guess, pretty unique, but that's not enough to make him a good monster. Bloodbath Diablos. He is very hard. Probably the hardest monster we've talked about so far. I think I can safely say that. He is pretty aggravating to fight, but he's also kind of fun. His abilities are pretty crazy, especially EX Diablos. He's just insane to fight. He's one of the strongest monsters you can face in general. And his appearance is amazing as well. This could be an S tier monster for sure. I think it's safe to throw him in there for now. Bolt Reaver Astalos. Now this one I haven't fought personally yet. I just haven't gotten that far in the game. Or I have, but I haven't fought him yet. I've done Bloodbath, but I haven't done all the deviants, and this is one of the ones I haven't done. But from literally everyone, they've told me that he's extremely difficult, he's extremely aggravating, and his abilities are OP as shit. And his appearance is amazing too, so solid B tier. Blue Yain Kaku. Not hard. Not that aggravating. His abilities are pretty basic, and his appearance is unique, but not that cool. I think he, honestly, is probably an F tier. Brachydios. I'd say he's pretty hard. Especially when you throw him in with any other monster, it makes a good team. Which he is in a lot of arena quests, where he's just one of those monsters that are just in your way. He is pretty aggravating. Not the most aggravating monster, but he can be. His abilities are very unique, for sure. In fact, before 4U and up, he was the most unique monster, probably because he's the only one who could use slime and blast. And his appearance is also really cool. I think this could be an A tier monster, just for being one of the first to introduce that mechanic. Brute Tigrex. Not that special. I think the regular Tigrex is much cooler than him. But he is hard, he is aggravating, and he does have pretty cool abilities. His appearance is eh. Probably put him in like D tier. Bull Drone. Not hard. Pretty aggravating because all he does is charge, literally. Abilities, like I said, all he does is charge. His appearance is unique, technically, but stupid. Solid F tier. Sevidrome, probably going to be another F tier, just throwing that out there. Not hard. Extremely aggravating because he just keeps digging and popping out and digging and popping out. Abilities, that's pretty much the limits of the abilities. I think he's got some kind of like water cannon or laser beam kind of thing, but that's about it. His appearance is stupid. Chaotic Gormagala. Kind of hard. He hits pretty hard for what he is. He's like a souped up Gormagala, and the story behind him is really cool too. He can be a little aggravating. I don't think he's that aggravating though. His abilities are pretty cool. He's just a souped up Gormagala, like I said. And his appearance is amazing. Solid B tier. This is the Copper Blagonga. I have no memories of fighting this monster, but I'm pretty sure I have in the PSP games. But he is not memorable. You know, it's like everything we've said about the Blagonga, but he's a different color. Crimson Crepecco. Pretty cool. I like the Crepecco family. I think they're one of the coolest bird wyverns. He is not difficult to fight. He is fun to fight though, because him and the Crepecco, like their ability to heal themselves through their calling thing, and they can buff themselves, buff other monsters with the same thing. They can call in monsters like Devil Joes to fuck your world up. They're pretty formidable in that sense, but they're extremely easy to kill. Not that aggravating. I guess it could be aggravating if you summon the Devil Joe and you don't want to fight one. But I'd say that's about the only thing aggravating about him. His abilities are cool, like I just went through. And his appearance is very cool too. It's a solid B tier. I think this is Crystal Beard, Sideus. Not Sideus, I'm stupid. Uragon. He is, I've never fought him, so I can't talk about his difficulty, but I could talk about Uragon's difficulty, and that's not very difficult. They are annoying. Their abilities, I imagine he has more abilities than the others, and his appearance is not much different than the others, so that's pretty boring. I'm gonna go throw him a D. Good old regular Diamo Hermitar. Not hard. Not aggravating. Abilities are pretty lame. He's got a water beam and claws. That's about all you can say about him. His appearance, though, is pretty cool. Being first crab crab monster. Him and Shogun leading the way. I think he's decent in that sense, but he's not very special. I think he's a D tier monster. Devil Joe, just that man is going to rain on your parade in any game. Doesn't matter what it is, especially 3 though. He'll just rain in your parade. He doesn't care. He'll eat himself. He'll eat his tail. He'll eat other monsters. He doesn't care. He'll just kill everything. He's pretty hard. Just dumb, powerful monster. Like, he's not smart, but he's just dumb powerful. He's a bit aggravating for sure. His ability is not that unique. Dragon Breath is cool, but that's about it. His appearance is amazing. I think this could be an A tier monster, but I'm going to throw him in B for now. Desert Celtis Queen, not much different than the regular Celtis Queen. Not hard. Kind of a fun fight, actually. I enjoy the Celtis Queen fight. But some people find it aggravating, which I can understand. His ability is not that unique, especially in comparison to the normal Celtis Queen. Not much different there. And the appearance is, just a reskin, really. D tier. I'm pretty much going to say the same thing about Desert Celtis, except he's weaker, so F tier. Normal old Diablos. Now, kind of everything I said about the Black Diablos. He is pretty difficult, pretty strong, pretty aggravating. Abilities are slim to none, and his appearance is not that impressive. But with that said, I'm going to put him above Black Diablos because he's the original, and I think the original deserves more credit than the reskin does. Although they are admittedly different monsters, though, technically. This is the Dread King Rathalos. The 5th Rathalos that's out there. There's 8,000 of them. He is pretty difficult. You can't flash him until you break his wings. He's got stupid fireballs just like every other Rathalos. He is extremely aggravating. His abilities, he's got a lot of them. And his appearance is amazing too. It's probably a good B tier monster just for being so challenging. Dread Queen is pretty similar, except I think she's honestly more annoying and harder to kill than the Dread King because of the poison. So yeah, but this is normal Tetsukabra, I think. Not hard, not aggravating. In a way, he's kind of fun to fight because just breaking his tusks are very satisfying. His abilities are not that crazy. They are a bit unique though, I guess, to use a rock to block things. And his appearance is cool, I guess. He definitely gets a higher spot than his other version. Durmburos. Very unique. Not super hard to fight. He's got a shit ton of health though. And he's not super aggravating. Pretty simple because he's just so slow and predictable. And his appearance is quite unique. I think a solid C tier. This is Elder Frost Gammoth. Haven't fought this one either, but from what I know from the regular Gammoth, I imagine he'd be harder, more aggravating, more abilities, and just a slightly better appearance. Emerald Congalonga. Now, the Congalonga family, they aren't very hard. They are pretty annoying. They have a pretty decent wide range of abilities, just from paralyzing, poisoning, farting on you, which, I thought this is a pretty good picture. It's just farting on you. Not that impressive though. And his appearance is cool. Very unique. Especially I think the green one looks a little better than the pink one. So, I think he's a solid D tier. This is Furious Rajang. Freaking Super Saiyan monkey. He's extremely hard, S tier hard. He's extremely aggravating. His abilities are insane. Just total domination of lightning and turning into a ball and just launching at you. And his appearance is pretty cool too. I hate to put him here, but he is a solid A tier monster, just based on those facts. Even if he is super aggravating, he is quite strong. I might move him later though, because of how annoying he is. Regular old Gammoth. Kind of the same thing flies of the other version, really. I don't know what else to say about them. He is one of the flagships, like Astalos was, but he's just not super memorable like Astalos. Astalos has a really cool theme. I think Gammoth's theme is not quite as cool. He is cool that he's a giant Ice Age monster, but that's about it. Geodrome, just garbage. Not hard, not aggravating, really. I guess kind of. His abilities are shit. His appearance is shit. Regular Giganox. I think he's a much bigger step up than the Bayful. I have a lot of memories fighting Giganox. I think he's a really cool monster. He's not hard. He's not that aggravating. In G rank though, he's got that deadly poison. I guess it's like toxic. I don't know what the level 3 poison is called, but super deadly poison. And his appearance is, not that cool, admittedly, but I like him a lot as a monster. He's a good C tier. Glacial Agnactor is really cool. He has the reverse. He's literally the complete reverse of Agnactor. When he first comes out, he is harder to hit, but he gets softened up over time. So the opposite of Agnactor. And he's opposite in the sense that he's ice, not fire. Difficulty-wise, I'd say he's probably more difficult than Agnactor. More aggravating. His abilities are a little stronger. And his appearance is a little cooler too. I think he could be a good B tier monster. And also his equipment's better, but we're not really rating him on that. Glavenus, one of the 4 flagships. I think he's a lot more memorable than Gammoth. He's also more annoying than Gammoth. Gammoth is an easy fight, whereas he can be a little annoying and hard, especially to the newer player. Ability's pretty unique, pretty cool. Having a tail that he just swings around and fucks you over with. His appearance is awesome as well. He's probably top of C tier and B tier. Goble, Monster Hunter 3. You might have been in the PSPs, I'm not sure. He's also in Try. He's not hard. He's not super aggravating, but he can be. I actually have quite a memorable fight with Goble when I first started playing the game, because he's one of the earlier monsters. It literally took me the whole quest to beat him, because I was just really bad at the game, and I literally ran out of whetstones fighting him, and it was like down to the last minute before I finally beat him. Pretty cool moment. I'll always have that moment in memory from Goble. His abilities are pretty cool. He's got the stun, he's got his spikes, swims around, he can hide himself in camouflage underwater. It's really cool, actually. And his appearance is quite neat too. I think it's solid C tier. Gold Raytheon, pretty hard. Actually, probably the hardest. Well, Dread Queen's definitely the hardest, but she's probably second. Extremely aggravating. This monster, I swear, has like infinite stamina. He just keeps charging at you and doesn't stop. Abilities are not much different than the other Rathians, just more annoying. And his appearance is cooler because it's gold. I think it'd be solid B. Gormagala. Very cool monster. Very unique. He had the whole frenzy meta thing with the monsters. Every monster was frenzy because of him. Back in 4U. He's cool. He's not hard at all. I think he's actually just fun to fight, beat up. He's not aggravating. His abilities are cool. His appearance is cool. I think He's a solid B to A tier monster. Great baggy, just garbage. He has sleep, which is probably one of the stronger abilities to have. He's not hard though. He's not super aggravating. And his appearance is pretty basic. He's not quite F. I think he is much cooler than Geodrome. So put him in D. Great Gyros. Monster in a World monster. Not hard. Not aggravating. Abilities are pretty stupid. Pretty basic. And his appearance is actually quite unique. Considering I think he falls in line with Great Baggy. Great Jaggy. S tier. No doubt. Why? Well, it's my list, that's why. Great. What is this? Jagras? Yeah, Great Jagras. You know, it's just a wannabe Great Jaggy, honestly. No one can beat my Great Jaggy. Just stupid. He like almost gets one-shotted by Turf Wars, Monster in the World. He's not hard at all. Not aggravating. Not special. And just not that cool looking. Sorry, not much love there, but it's just not cool. This is Great Macau. Looks kind of weird, but couldn't find a better picture. He is not hard. He's actually one of the easiest monsters of all time. Large monsters, anyway. Not aggravating. Abilities are pretty stupid. Pretty simple. Appearance is not that crazy either. It's F tier. Great Roggy's also F tier. Just gonna speed up a little bit through these. Yeah, he's just... I mean, he does have more abilities than the rest because he's poison. I think he's cooler than the Iodrome, which is right here. Let's go ahead and do him. Iodrome was also F tier. They're just not good. Sorry. Well, I guess we might as well do on a roll. This is, I don't even know this guy's name. I think he's the Kula Yaku. I think he holds around, like, throws shit at you or something. I don't remember this monster much at all, but I remember it being pretty easy. I think it's safe to put him in F tier. Any more of these little dudes, so we can just get them out of the way. There's one. This is the Tzitzi Yaka. Actually D tier, because he has a much wider range of abilities. He is more aggravating, but he has a much stronger range of abilities that make him more formidable. And I also think his appearance is cooler. Green Nargacuga. Not cool. They should have just not made you ever. Because the regular Nargacuga is way cooler than you. He's not that hard. He is not that aggravating. His abilities are pretty basic. He has the ability to paralyze, I guess, which is cool. But that's about it. I think it's a good D tier. Green Plesioth. Just die, please. Admittedly, very hard monster because it's just so irritating. He does have a wide range of abilities that are also very irritating, and its appearance is really, really up there. So I'm actually gonna throw both of these in the C tier. As much as I hate Plesioth, it's just kind of have to. I'm also gonna throw Rajang down here because I hate him. Gypsaros, D tier. Just pretty basic monster. He's not that difficult. He's not super aggravating. He does have a very good range of abilities and looks okay, but just not much going for him. This is the Hellblade Glavenus. Definitely C tier. Not a super memorable, in comparison to his normal form. Pretty aggravating, just like the normal one. His abilities are just stronger, and his appearance is cooler. So I guess he would be higher, judging from that. Ivory Lagiacrus. Super, super awesome monster. I'm gonna go and throw him a B for now. Just somewhere in there, we'll figure it out. He's so cool because he doesn't go underwater. He stays above water, which I think is a really cool thing because he's much easier to farm because of that. He is kind of difficult. He's very, very strong. He's not super aggravating. Honestly, he's a pretty fun fight. The most aggravating thing about him, which is just he shares that with Lagiacrus as well, is just getting to his horns, and breaking those because he has his head held so high. That can be irritating. And his appearance is amazing. Ice Baroth. Or Jade Baroth, actually. Not difficult, not aggravating. While Baroth is quite high in my eyes, I think Jade Baroth is quite low. I don't even know what this thing's called. I can't pronounce it. It's like Juya Tudos. It's like a dirty Plusioth. It's just horrible. Why did Monster Hunter World make that? I have nothing to say about him. Ketchawacha. Where's the Ashen? Where's the Ash brother? D tier? I believe he belonged there too. Everything I said about Ash, just the same thing for him. Kezu. Disgusting. Disgusting, grotesque monster. Who is pretty hard to kill, actually. Extremely aggravating, and does have a pretty good amount of abilities. I think he's a solid C tier, probably like mid C tier, lower than this guy. Lagiacrus, A tier, no doubt in my mind that he is A tier, top of the A tier, maybe even S tier, but super memorable monster, really cool. Kind of mid tier difficulty, depending. Kind of aggravating. Abilities are amazing, really cool. Appearance is really amazing too. It's just such a cool monster. Can't go wrong. Put him in an A tier. Lagombi. Good old Lamborghini is not hard, not aggravating. A little aggravating actually because he's so freaking fast. Ability is not that special. His appearance is pretty amazing actually. Very cute monster. Solid C tier. Legina. I like Legina a lot, actually. Just like Basil Goose, I think he's a pretty memorable monster for Monster Hunter World. Not very difficult. Not super aggravating. Abilities are cool. And his appearance is amazing. I think he's a solid mid-tier C tier. Probably up here. Split these two up to piss people off. I think this is Lucent Nargacuga. I have Lucent and the other one. I forgot what it's called right now, but I'll get to it. They look really similar, but I guess I'll call this one Lucent. Pretty hard, actually, but very fun to fight. His abilities are pretty cool because he can turn invisible. And he's got poison, which is not that crazy. His poison is pretty weak. And his appearance is amazing. I think he's a very good candidate for me. Malfestio, a very unique monster. Gives you confusion status. Kinda difficult. First time fighting him. But he's not hard. He dies quick. Low health. He's kind of annoying because of his confusion. His abilities are very unique, so that puts him up. And his appearance is cool. Solid C. Dodogoma. Yeah. Just, he's like a Tetsukabra, but in Monster Hunter World. D tier. This is fuck? What is this thing? Leishan and Ancient Leishan. We're just gonna put them in the same boat. I haven't fought this monster. This came out after I stopped playing. It was a collaboration event with The Witcher 3. I've never fought it. I looked it up. It looked really cool. Like, pretty fucking cool. I don't know what it's like fighting him. I don't feel safe putting him in here, so I'm just gonna put him in C tier. Because of how cool he looks. Poluma, I think. Poluma, yeah. Puff Puff Birdie. Pretty cute. Not hard. Aggravating. And his abilities are shit. D tier. Peku Peku. F. He's like a wannabe every bird Pokemon ever. Plus I have poison. That's all I can say for him. Tobo Kadachi. Super cute monster. I don't know what is it Monster World. They got a lot of cute monsters. He's like a sugar glider. Is what he's taken after, I'm pretty sure. And sugar gliders are the cutest thing in the world. He's not hard to fight. He's really cool because he's thunder. You don't see a lot of thunder monsters that are like low tier like him. And abilities, being thunder is really cool. Definitely raises him up a little bit. I'll edit this later, by the way. Appearance, yeah. Besides him being cute, it's not that special. Mitsune, probably my favorite of the 4 flagships. I'm gonna go and throw him in B tier. For me, he's just the coolest of the 4 that were introduced in Monster Hunter Generations. He's not super aggravating. His bubbles are actually pretty cool. His abilities are really cool, and his appearance is amazing. Molten Tigrex, super difficult monster. Definite B to C tier. Super aggravating. Super powerful. Abilities are super powerful. Freaking blast monster that'll blow your freaking world. And his appearance is awesome. Just a solid low B tier. Monoblos. I have no love for any Monoblos that exist in this world. They're not hard. They're not that aggravating. Abilities are stupid. He's just a Diablos that's worse. That's really all there is to say. I'm not going to throw him in F tier. He's just garbage. I have no love for Monoblos at all. Najarala. Very memorable monster, being one of the first snake monsters introduced. Not the coolest snake monster though. There's one that is way cooler, which will be in the Elder Dragon video. You all know what I'm talking about. He's a little hard actually. When you first fight him, he's pretty interesting because of his ability to just wrap around you and fuck it rolled up. Not that aggravating. Abilities are cool. Appearance is cool. B tier. Nargacuga, go jump your ass up here in A tier, dude. Maybe even S. His equipment, just everything about him is just super memorable. He is a little difficult, especially when you're first playing. He's pretty aggravating to new players, but he's fun. He's really fun. His abilities are really cool, and what is appearance speaks for itself. This thing is amazing. I actually enjoy the spider. Skella is what I call it. It's probably not how you pronounce it, but he's a spider dude. Poisons people. I like him a lot. He's just really satisfying to destroy a bug monster, which is also why I like Celtic so much. He's not hard. He's not that aggravating. His abilities are pretty cool for being pretty much what you expect from a spider. His appearance is awesome. Although being a spider doesn't help him. This is Nibblesnarf. It's like a sand gobel, pretty much. Except he's stupid because he's so like weak. Honestly, he's just not hard to fight. You can like fake him out with barrel bombs and stuff, blow him up. He's annoying because he digs around like Cephadrome, but he's a little bit better than Cephadrome because he's just cooler looking. So he has that going for him. This is Night Cloak, I think. Yeah, Night Cloak Malfestio. I haven't fought many of him. I don't think he's much different from Malfestio. It's just probably one of the dumber deviant monsters out there. This is Odagadon, actually. Odagadon. I actually love this monster a lot. He's really cool. He's not hard. He's just cool. He can be a little aggravating just because of the area that he's in when you fight him. His abilities are pretty cool. Elite status. And his appearance is awesome. So he's solid B tier. Pink Rathian. C tier. Because he's really hard. His abilities are a lot stronger than a regular Rathian. He is really aggravating, but he's pink. Can't go wrong there. Plesioth, the legendary monster. He's just... everyone loves Plesioth. The hip check, the laser beam, the I'm gonna stay in water and annoy you the whole game. Pretty difficult monster to fight. He's aggravating as hell. His abilities are pretty strong for what he is. And his appearance is pretty cool. His aggravating is like negative 100 though. You just gotta go to C tier. I think this is... I can't tell what Charmander that is right now. I'm gonna come back to that one. This is Purple Gypsaros. Everything about the normal Gypsaros, except he's purple, a little stronger. That's about all there is to it. They do have that cool Play Dead thing, which I think is really cool. He's the only monster that does that, so that much is very unique. Just that dude again. Purple Ludroth. Just a poison Ludroth, really. Which, by the way, we'll just do Ludroth. Not hard. Not aggravating. Actually quite fun to beat on. Just to fucking destroy him. Abilities? Yeah, not really. Doesn't really have any besides water and rolling around. Appearance? Cool, I guess. It's like a water lion. D tier. High D tier. Purple, same with you. Queen, or Vespoid Queen. I've only fought a few of these, and I don't remember much about them besides them being one of the most insane things put in Monster Hunter. Like, why did this need to happen? I remember the first time I fought him, it took like the whole quest to find him because he just wouldn't pop up. Just a super annoying monster to just find to fight. And then once you do fight him, super annoying abilities. Not to mention they're surrounded by Vespoids, which are one of the most annoying monsters in the world. Abilities are quite strong, but they're annoying. His appearance is just a queen bee. Not that crazy. Not quite F tier, but definitely D tier. Normal Quebeco, solid B tier. Like the other Quebeco Crimson. Everything I said about him before stands. Robodon, I think that's how you say it. Or Radobon. I think he actually is the coolest Uragon family. He's just covered in bones, and he rolls around in bones, which is like the coolest thing ever. Definitely cooler than the regular Uragon. He's not hard. He's not aggravating. His abilities are not unique. And his appearance is amazing. If any Ergon in the family deserves an E tier, it's him. This is Raging Brachydios, who got cut off. Now, while Bracky is an amazing monster, Raging Bracky is a pile of shit. He's one of the most annoying monsters to fight because he is quite literally like one of the most difficult monsters you'll ever fight. Like right up there with freaking Bloodbath. He's just so difficult. You need to have a good team to fight him, like a really good team. You got to have a plan going in, or else you're not likely to succeed at all. He's a huge triple carder. He'll destroy you. Just from that alone, he's C tier. Other than that, he's not very unique. Besides the fact that instead of charging up like the regular Bracky does, he's always in that mode where he's just going to blow up instantly. The regular Rajing, just another B tier. He's cool and all, but he's just so fucking annoying. Rathalos and Rathan. Just total flagships, man. Total classics. Everything I said about the other Rathans and Rathaloses are the same for these guys. Except for the fact that they're the classics, the originals. They're always going to hold a high spot in anyone's list because of that. Or maybe a low spot because they're annoying. But these versions are not annoying. They're fun to fight. Because they're not too over the top. They're right in the middle of where you want them to be. Red Kezu. It's just a Kezu that paralyzes more. Why? Red Helm Arzuros. Just Arzuros who's red. Honestly. Really just a deviant that didn't need to happen. You could have gave that to a lot of other monsters that deserved it. But instead you give it to this bear badger thing. Just F tier. Sorry. This guy again. I can't tell who that is right now. Ruby Basarios. Same with the regular Basarios. I freaking hate him. Russ Sternboros. Yeah, he's there. He's definitely in the game. He's different enough from the regular Dumbaros to hold his own spot somewhere, but I don't think he's that crazy. This is Rust Razor Scimitar, or Shogun Scimitar. Super cool, actually. One of the deviants that I really like. He's got the ability where when he has a Glavenus shell on, he'll sharpen his freaking claws super sharp. He does this crazy spin attack that's like a long sword spinning around. It's so cool. Super powerful, that attack at least. Other than that, it's super easy. Just a cool monster. It's a solid B tier. This is the fuck. I don't remember this one's called, honestly. I think it's Sand Barioth, but everything that I said about the regular Barioth stands. He's just super cool. I think he's actually a little bit more cooler than the regular Barioth, except he does the same thing. He's just in the sand. I think he's really cool. So it'd be Savage Devil Joe. Just a freaking B tier scumbag. He's literally just a raging version of him. Why is he a thing? You know, it's just you already hate your life enough from the normal one. Why make a harder one? Abilities are quite strong. Appearance is cool. You know, he's just a Devil Joe on steroids. Celtis Queen I enjoy a lot. Solid C tier, high C tier. He's quite fun. Celtis, trash. Stregios, really cool. Really cool. Very memorable flagship monster from 4U. Not aggravating. His abilities are very unique. And his appearance is super cool. Shogun Scimitar. He's like obviously he's like Rust Razor, but he's just kind of everything I said about Rust Razor, but not as cool. Probably even in detail, honestly. Shrouded Nurskilla. I think he's awesome. I love him. I love him a bit more than the regular one because he's wearing a Kezu skin on his back. That's awesome. That means either he killed a Kezu or he found that somewhere, which is just awesome. Wearing a Kezu. Sorry, this is the Silver Boy, Silver Wrath. Pretty difficult, aggravating as hell. Abilities are just Rathalos on steroids. Appearance is cool. I think it's a B tier. This is the Silverwind Nargacuga. He shoots freaking Getsuga 10 shows out of his freaking tail. He's just insane. He's difficult for sure. Extremely difficult. Extremely aggravating. Abilities are super cool. And his appearance is awesome. I think he's right up there with the other Nargacuga, but not quite. This is the Snow Bear Lagombe. He's just a hyped up Lagombe. Not much else. Soul Seer Mitsune. Really cool monster. I like how when you start the fight, he's asleep, and if you hit a bubble, he'll wake up. I think it's really cool. He is blind. He doesn't open his eyes the whole fight, which is so cool. Just a super cool deviant compared to the other ones. Yeah, these two are getting mixed up on. I think this is the deviant one. I don't even remember what he's called off the top of my head. Crab. Stonefist Hermitar? One of these two are the Stonefist Hermitar. I'm not sure which one. But I think this is him. All the Hermitars are not that crazy, but I guess this one's technically the most crazy. So I put him at C tier. I think this is the Plum Hermitar. I think that's what he's called. He's just the worst version of all the Hermitars. Because he's just a reskin, literally. Nothing different about him. Steel Uragon. His name is cool. That's about all I can say, though. It's like... I mean, Uragon's okay. He's a cool monster and all, but a reskin is not really going to be what we're looking for. Stygian Zinogre is an incredible monster. But he's also super fucking annoying. This guy made me rage quit Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate one time. Because I was fighting, it's either two of these guys or one hyped up version for like this really unique event armor weapon or something in 3U. And he is just so irritating. But he is super cool. Super creative. He's just badass, man. Like no one could say anything about him. Just a cool motherfucker. This is like the Fire Shogun. Forgot what it's called. Like specifically. The Shogun itself is a decent monster, but this guy is just a reskin, not very memorable. I swear we did Tetsukabra. I'm just gonna throw him in D tier. I swear we did it already. We got... There's probably a deviant Tetsukabra we did. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, all the Tetsukabras are D tier F. just not special. This is Thunderlord Zinogre. Another B tier. Because he's just so powerful. Just a cool Zinogre. I don't think he's as cool as the normal Zinogre. Because he's just a hyped up version, really. I don't think he's super unique. There's really not much going for him. Probably bottom of B tier. Title Najarala. Not difficult. I think he's much cooler than the normal one, being that he's water based and ice based. His appearance is cooler. It's a solid C tier. Tiger Stripe, Sam Trios. Definitely cooler than the normal one. Because he's in the sand world. And he can paralyze, so he's a little harder. Solid C tier. Tigrex. S tier, baby. Let's go. This is my favorite monster of all time. He is the first large monster that I've ever become obsessed with, because he's from the first game I've ever played, which is Monster Hunter Freedom 2 on the PSP. I remember when he popped up and I was trying to get them Popo tongues. Just came in and wrecked my world. I was scared shitless of him when I was a kid. And the day I finally got to fight him and beat him was one of the best days ever. Learning how to fight him and then beating him so many times that I made his armor. Super memorable moment from the PSPs. I love him. He's kind of aggravating when you first start fighting him. He's extremely difficult. His abilities are just roaring and running around, but he's cool. Just a super apex predator. He's like a less hyped up version of Barioth. Barioth is a more technical monster. I think he's just more of a brute. But Barioth definitely gets his abilities from him. He's kind of in the same family, I'd say. Appearance is awesome. Just absolutely amazing. Eucanalos. Solid B, high B. Maybe I like him more than a Cantor. I'd put a Cantor in B. Because Eucanalos is just really fucking cool. I think his equipment's way better than Eucanalos, even though I'm not really rating him on that. He's not aggravating, really. He's just fun to fight. He's extremely powerful. His abilities are super strong. And his appearance is awesome. Regular old Uragon. He's a C tier. I'll give it to him. Not as cool as his bone brother right here, but Velocidrome, D tier. The classic. He's the very first one of his kind. That would be spawned over the many generations. Yeah, he's alright. I think Gendrom's on here somewhere. I don't remember where we did him. It doesn't look like I have a picture down here of him, but Gendrom is F. If you're wondering, he's F tier. If I don't have him on here. Volvidon, F tier. I'll put him D tier just because he's very unique, but his abilities are really annoying. Just to paralyze and stink you up. He's not hard. He's actually kind of cool when you can like swing at him and like stop his rolling and make him fall backwards. It's pretty satisfying. And his appearance is very unique too. White Monoblos. Why do you exist? Again. This is Deadeye Yain Gargua, I think. He's cool. Pretty freaking cool. I'll just talk about the Yain Gargua instead. I really enjoy the Yain Gargua. Super intelligent monster who actually knows where the traps are. He actually like tries to avoid things. He's not dumb. His ability to like kind of lock you in after he screams and then charges at you. You know, he's cut from a different cloth when it comes to other monsters. I think he's a solid B tier monster for sure. Same with the normal one, I guess. Can't complain there. I think I put him there, right? I don't see him, but Yain Kaku, classic beat stick. This guy is fun to kill. Abilities are stupid, and his appearance is stupid, but he's funny. He's like a little chicken running around. Zamtrios, I love his fat form. I didn't say that about the other one, but his fat form is hilarious. Super fun to beat on. I think I put I like this version more though, the Tiger Stripe. Not often do you get deviants or subspecies that I enjoy more than the original, but sometimes it happens. Regular old Zinogre, A tier. I didn't think it'd be a sin to put him anywhere else. He's just such a cool monster. So freaking unique. He looks like a Super Saiyan more than the Rajang does, to be honest. He's just so cool. His abilities are amazing. His appearance is amazing. But this isn't all based on appearance. It's based on their ability to fight and all that other cool junk, you know. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of my opinion though. I think we'll move this around a little bit. Now, obviously, Great Jag is kind of a joke. He's not really that hard. He's not aggravating. His abilities are non-existent, and his appearance is not great. But I love him. I love him. What can I say? I'm gonna move regular Gyarados up to S tier. I think he deserves it. Zinogre, I think he's fine where he's at. Cantaloupe is gonna go to the back. Abyssal is gonna go to the back. And I think that looks a little bit better. Barioth, definitely the highest point there. I'd say Diablos is up there. Cantaloupe can go down. Glacial's cool. These two babies need to go up here. So does Devil Joe. Stregios. Ivory, you know, he's cool, but not as cool as the other one. Good old Stygian, gotta put him up here. Yain Gargwa up here too. I'm gonna throw him down here. He's difficult, but he's not much different than, or not that he's not much different, but just my opinion, you know. I don't think he's as cool as the other Narcocupas, minus the green one. The green one's shit. Thunderlord. Yeah, I think this is fine. These can all, you know, move around, give or take, but those are your B tier monsters right there. Quite a lot of them, but I think these are pretty good monsters, pretty fun to fight. Some are annoying, but they're in this list because they're difficult or they're fun to fight. That's pretty much where it comes down to. Good design. C tier is where you get kind of shaky. I think they're all still good choices, good monsters to fight. You're gonna have a fun time with them, or a really hard time and a really annoying time, like with this guy or this guy. Especially this guy. Just definitely gonna go at the bottom. Where is Plusiop? Did I put him in B tier? I think so, right? I can't see him. I don't remember. Oh, he's right here. These two are just lovely. They do have good armor, but yeah, not what we're talking about today. We got D tier, which is, you know, pretty acceptable. See, these monsters are just, a lot of them are just reskins. You know, not that impressive. Not cool, not that unique, not fun to fight, not hard. All that could be applied to these guys. Just general, you know, not very good monsters. And then, you know, F tier speaks for itself. Even worse than D tier, just garbage monsters that either shouldn't exist or should be changed to be better. But I guess they have to exist to make these monsters look better. So I guess there's that. But yeah, this is the Monster Hunter large monster tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. If you got any disagreements, correct, or whatever, let me know what you think. I'm down. I love the discussion about monsters and where you think they lie on the tier list. Definitely going to do some more. The Elder Dragons is going to be a much more fun list to make because Elder Dragons are so much more interesting than normal versions. A lot of Monster Hunter videos can definitely come from tier lists and top 10s, things like that, just based on like how much stuff there is in Monster Hunter. Between the monsters, the equipment, the thousands of freaking games there are with all the monsters, just there's a lot of fucking content with Monster Hunter, a lot of shit to go through. So I just wanted to throw out probably one of the biggest ones right away, which is the large monsters. Over 130 of them, and that's just out of the games I've played. I can only imagine, Frontier adds like probably another 200 or something stupid like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.